Hello, I'm Terry David Mulligan, and this is Mulligan's Stew, the podcast, music, film, food, and wine. We are going to be doing some film conversations down the road. Rocket Man, the Elton John film. It's fantastic. It's not a biopic, it's a musical. Some people may be put off by that. Most will love it. And it is certainly in consideration for an Oscar many months from now. Also, audience, we appreciate that you have many choices out there in the world of podcasting. But if you enjoy what you hear, please join us by subscribing to Spotify, Google Play, or Apple Podcasts. Interviews upcoming with Leroy Stagger, the Sheepdogs, and very shortly on the 15th of June, Keb Mo, talking about his new album called Oklahoma. But first, let's have a conversation with Jenn Grant. We're going to talk about her brand new album, Love Inevitable. This is her 7th album, and for the last 4, she has been produced by her husband, Daniel Ledwell. But this album, she traveled all the way across the country to Portland, Oregon, to work with Tucker Martine. Tucker has worked with, Bill Frisell, The Decemberists, REM, My Morning Jacket, Modest Mouse, First Aid Kit, Mudhoney, Mavis Staples, Courtney Barnett, Iron and Wine, The Jayhawks, She and Him, M. Ward, Case Lang Veers, and just a note that Laura Veers is married to Tucker Martine. Halfway through the recording of Love Inevitable, Jenn Grant discovered she was pregnant, and everything changed from that point on. And now that she's had that baby, they're all touring together across Canada and in Europe. Please enjoy our conversation with Jenn Grant. Hi, Jenn.
Hi.
Let's identify some of the noises coming from around you. Who is that singular voice?
My baby crying?
Yep.
Yes, Gus. Yeah, I have these conversations with my son where I'm like, I'm your mom. Who's your mom? I'm your mom. I'm your mom. And I think it's half for him and half for me.
How old is he now?
Yeah.
And how old is he now?
He's 5 months old.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness. All right. It's going to happen quickly. Mm-hmm. The interesting thing about, first of all, congratulations on this wonderful album. This Love Inevitable. Oh, man.
Thanks so much.
Oh, I know that you and Danny were a great pair in the studio, and you did those 4 albums. And so when you set off to work with someone else and hand over your songs and your heart and soul to someone else, it's a bit of it can be uncertain and fearful, and you kind of wonder if you're stepping off your safe place. But also, there's such reward in risk when you take that risk and it works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really lucky that that Tucker is the person that I went to, and that he was excited to work together, because he's just a magical human being. So it really was a wonderful collaborative time. Yeah.
Tucker, just explain Tucker's relationship to the music business, and it'll help people understand why you went there.
He's made lots of records with lots of amazing people, like his wife, Laura Veers, who I was a fan of. The Decemberists, REM, Nico Case, First Aid Kit. He's a man about town, He knows everyone. Everyone knows him, and he's from Nashville originally. And we were recording in his studio, Flora, but he has since moved into a new studio that I was in as well briefly in September. But he's just a really very talented, special human being that I feel very lucky to have him in my life.
Wow, that's the nicest thing you could possibly say. It is. Because the collaborative, when you get down to those creative moments when you have to make decisions based upon, what direction is this song going? What am I really saying? And there are some collaborators who want their voice in there. They want to shape it. You have to be open to that. Then at some point, I guess you have to say, yes, I'll go there, or no, I won't. But I'm hearing nothing but joy in this music. This just
good.
This, as a matter of fact, I wrote beside the track called Favorite Daughter, I wrote the word free. It sounds free. It's absolutely, there's no walls to it.
Thank you. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's how I felt when we were there. I think that we had such a great energy around us when we were making this record that, that's exactly it. You know, that's how we felt.
So the songs were, did you know you were pregnant when you were writing, or at what point did that become apparent?
About halfway through. I was waiting for pregnancy test results. And so some of the songs I was hoping I was pregnant. Some of them I was pregnant. Yeah.
And what was the next first song after you got the word?
After I knew I was pregnant?
Yes.
I'm not sure. I think it might have been like maybe Favorite Daughter, because I thought everyone kept saying he was a girl. So I thought that must have been it.
Oh, you can't plan stuff like this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Special.
It's very special. And you only a mother knows what happens internally. That's a journey between you and that child. And and so you have that going on as a sidebar. At the same time, you're carrying on with your life and what you do and how you express yourself. So it must have been quite a journey for you to do this, to write these songs, to record these songs. What was going on inside? What did it feel like?
Well, I just felt, it was kind of how you described it. Like there's just so much going on and so much kind of hope there that everything was going to work out. And to travel on my own to Portland and to have the little baby inside me and to meet new people and make a record and stay there for a month and then go back in the fall. It was just really, I never felt alone. I always felt like I had this little friend, and the first time I felt him kick was when Tucker was playing the drums on the song Favorite Daughter. So it's just kind of this amazing experience. And after I came home and I was listening to I'd go for drives along the ocean and listen to the mixes, and he would kick every time I play the record and stuff. And so it felt like as he was growing, he was growing up inside me, through hearing that music. So he's really tied to it. If
ever there was a piece of driving music, because I love driving music that goes with what's around you, it has to be Favorite Daughter. Absolutely pure and simple. It's the rhythm, it's everything, and that's why it's so freeing. So let me play it. And just imagine yourself, friends, driving the Oregon coastline to Favorite Daughter. This is Jenn Grant. Does each album ask something different of you?
I think so. This one's just asking me how to know how to do it, how to figure it out.
And in the figuring, did it all make sense that you were there and this is what you were doing?
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to be where I'm at, if that's what you mean.
Yeah. Tell me, here's a song that surprised me, Sweetgrass. Mm-hmm. The beginning, well, I love that. Mm-hmm. But then the count off. What was going on in that tune?
Just what you're hearing. It's just a moment, Yeah, we just thought we'd keep those little moments in there for everybody.
I guess the song I want to ask you about is, I know that the single is Keep a Light On. Let's hold that for just a moment. I want to ask you about Magic and Mistakes. Mm-hmm. Rather than me put an image on it, can you just explain what the genesis of that was?
Yeah, although I'd be more curious to hear your take on it.
Well, I think it feels like it's about someone very personal to you, probably a parent, perhaps your mom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You got it. Yeah, I mean, when my mom died, the whole process of letting go, there's so many things that you go through as a child, losing your parent, and it's funny because Tucker actually picked it out because I wrote the song, and then he was like, I had told him the story about saying goodbye to my mother and not saying goodbye to her, but just really like saying goodbye to her physical body,
mm-hmm.
Like after she died, and that what that process, that like intimate process was, and he was like, "This is about your mom." And I was like, "Oh, you're right." But yeah, there was this whole thing about her when she died, and they kind of wanted to upsell us on an expensive holding tank or whatever, like a coffin. And my mother was cremated, and I mean, to tell you, like, this is a real story. Is that they had. My mother was buried in this dress that we called the Jim Cuddy dress because she met Jim Cuddy, or not buried, but she was like, in her special place or whatever, and this Jim Cuddy dress because she met Jim at the Junos, and it was just like at the end of her life that we went to the Junos together, and Jim was such a gracious gentleman, and I remember her like smiling in that photo with Jim. I still have it, and she hadn't really like looked like herself for a little while in her eyes, but in that photo you can really see the brightness of her eyes that's always there because she was so happy because it was Jim Cuddy. Anyway, you know what? The rest of the story is so personal. I probably shouldn't go right into it. Okay. I'll just tell you over a glass of wine. But in the end, it's just about like what you are kind of like when you leave this world. It's do you need to be like surrounded by gold and diamonds, or mm-hmm. It's like how you loved in the world is how you leave it. None of that other stuff matters. And when I die, I know I don't want it to be in an expensive coffin with a bunch of people tending to my hair.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How much are you like your mother?
A lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me play the song. This is Magic and Mistakes. Jenn Grant from Love Inevitable. Don't let me give the impression, audience, that this is a dark and foreboding album. There's a lot of joy in this music that Jenn has handed to us. It's her 7th album, by the way. I think she's touched all the bases by now. Keep a Light On. I see that's the, is it the first video and single?
Well, Raven actually is the first single, and there's a video for that too. But Keep a Light On is the next single, and it has a video.
Those 4 words mean a lot to me. I don't know why it is. Something in the makeup of my family that light was everything. That there was a light on at the house. Even if it was a 50-watt bulb, it meant something. Where did the thought come from for you?
Well, I mean that the light for me is a couple different things. I think I said before, written down somewhere that just like I do when I was singing it, I did see like a picture in my head, like a flash of just my, the old little mint green salt box house that my family rented for 9 years. My mother would leave a light on for us all the time. And that is something sweet. Like, if you're coming home from wherever you've been and, you're just like, oh, they leave a light on for me. It's like, I still belong in this place. I think also just like, it's about like the internal light in your heart or in your belief or your soul or whatever that you're going to get what you're going to like find what you're searching for, in life. And that's a way that I'm trying to live my life, I guess.
Hey, Jen, do you ever, this is almost like a layman's question, but do you think about what you do, stand back and look at it as a place where, like it's your job. This is your job.
Yeah.
Do you first of all, there's the grind of your job. You go out on the road, you got to do this. There's nights when you don't get a lot of sleep and whatever. But tell me about the reward of this life, of being able to express yourself, having people identify with the songs and hug you and tell you how much they love you.
Yeah, that's really special. There's a real, if you can tap into the sense of freedom that you feel from music, I think the audience can really feel that, and you can connect with a group of people in that way. It's a really sort of sacred experience, and I know that my songs mean something to people because they tell me, and it's a real honor to kind of provide that as like a service, I think, for people. And so that is the way that I choose to look at this right now.
This is Keep a Light On. Jenn Grant from Love Inevitable.
I keep a light on for my baby almost every night. Keep a light on. Don't want a crazy fight. Keep a light on. Even if it's just the moon shining bright, I keep a light on. Everything's gonna be alright. Shining waters, don't let these go by. Planting clover, I make my wishes at night. Keep a light on, even if it's just the sun in your eyes. I keep a light on. Everything's gonna be alright. We pray for just so far within me. Got no words to say. I dreamed you all needed.
Was there a time when you didn't think you could have a family and a music career, that you had to make a choice between the two?
I didn't think I needed to make a choice, but I think I wondered if I didn't have a family yet because I was always touring, you know? Like I thought, maybe is this hindering me in some way, like my health or something? I'm healthy, but, you know, you start to doubt yourself after a while. So I was like, maybe I've made a choice and I didn't mean to. But no, that's not the case. I mean, now, and then at this point, it's like, you know, it's like, you know, a child makes you, it changes everything, obviously, and I'm still figuring everything out. So I'm doing that while touring a new record. And, you know, it's not without its challenges. And you know, he's now the ultimate. He's the ultimate. So, but I also know that, like, you know, one of the lessons my mother passed on to me was she always said, find your passion. And so I try to check in with myself, like, okay, I found my passion. I'm still doing my passion. And I want to teach my son. I want his mother to be someone who didn't give up on herself, you know, and like followed through to find her dreams, you know, her dreams and everything. So
did you come close to turning away?
No, but I think that, like, when the baby came, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I made a record and I'm going on tour. Like before I had him, I thought, why aren't we going on tour when he's 6 weeks old? He'll be so portable. And, you know, you don't know the emotional, like, hurricane of like love and like in a sort of desperation type of way that you will feel. And then all of a sudden you think, wait, what am I doing? But I'm at the beginning of it now, and he's, you know, every day he's kind of like stronger and bigger, and he's an easy baby, and I just have to, you know, I'm just seeing how it goes, you know? It's kind of crazy, this whole thing. But
What you're making it up as you go along?
Yeah. Big time.
Okay.
I'm just like got my fingers crossed.
Sounds like life itself. Two quick questions. What is the most passionate song, and what is the most pregnant song?
Oh my God, what is the answer?
And are they the same song? I don't know.
You know, I kind of feel like Our Love could be both of those songs.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I wrote
and
down.
I made a video for that song, which isn't out yet, but I made it when I was with my friend Melanie Stone when I was 9 months pregnant. So you can hold up for that.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to play Our Love. I am going to play a Bird at Midnight. Love that. I immediately thought of Charlie Parker first because I'm a jazz hound. I love Lay Me Down. You notice I mentioned almost all of the songs on the album. There's a grown-upness to this album. I'm too close to it now. I need to let it bounce around my bones for a couple of months and discover changes in chord, all that stuff, all the lyrics and all that stuff. But it is a grown-up album, and it's going to send you off into a whole nother. You're going to be busier than you have ever been.
Oh my God. Well, let's do it.
Okay. You're all set up to go then.
I guess so.
All you need is a trailer.
Yes.
By the way, when you get to the National Music Center in Calgary and they ask you if there's anything you'd like to contribute by way of something that speaks to a future generation about who you are and what you do, and if they haven't already done that, what would you offer to them?
Oh my God, I thought you were going to tell me the answer, and I was really hoping that you would. What do you think?
Well, some people, they hand off a favorite guitar or a dress they wore at the
Junos. So I give them something? I'm going to give them something?
Well, it gets put in a case So that years and years and years from now, there will be a Jenn Grant exhibition, and it'll be there, and there'll be something in a case, and a 10-year-old music student will go, oh, look at that.
Oh,
what would you want to give them?
What would I want to give them? I have this cool guitar strap that's black and has these red roses on it that I got in New York one time. I mean, I'd really like to keep that for myself. So maybe, I have to get some other ones to replace it first. But
okay.
But it's pretty cool. It's a guitar strap. I mean, I can give that. Who knows?
Who knows
what they would want? But
okay, well, they may come and tap you on the shoulder when they're there. I just want to let you know.
I also have some books. I have some crazy books of songwriting, and maybe one of those.
Do you keep are all your lyrics handwritten? Do we see them on books?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're just handwritten. They're just in the house. But there's usually a book per record. And it's always kind of illegible with a bunch of numbers and drawings and words and scribbles and stuff. So maybe one of those.
We'll look forward to seeing you on the road. I'll see you in Victoria.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time. Thank you. Thank you to Dan for looking after things while you talk to me. I appreciate it so much.
Okay, absolutely. So nice to talk to you again.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
About you in my body, honey, I don't know, darling, I should go. I can't keep you on my side like the water and the wild. Honey, I don't know if I should learn to let you go.
My thanks to Jenn Grant for joining us here on Mulligan's Do the Podcast. Please find the album Love Inevitable. Listen to the track she talked about. find yourself in them. It's I believe it is a game-changing album for Jenn Grant and everybody who's around her, including her family. Coming up on Mulligan's Through the Podcast, the Sheepdogs, Leroy Stagger. We hope to do an interview with the makers of Rocket Man, the musical about Elton John. And of course, coming up, Kebmo. Thank you for listening.